everybody, welcome back to... Hello? What?
James Plays a...
That's me! Hey everybody, welcome back to James Plays Firmament. This is the finale. We're here in St. Andrew, we're gonna awaken the Embrace, and then shortly after, we are coming to the end of the game. I did not spoil myself, but I did try to see, if this was going to be the final episode, or if there was enough to do an additional episode after this. And nope, this is it. We're doing the Embraces, and then we're reaching the end. Not only are we reaching the end, we are reaching the end. There's only one, which is quite unusual, as you've seen in this series of games. I think the only other one that had a single ending was Uru. So, yeah. You don't really want to get compared to Uru, game. But anyway, yeah, last time we went back to Juleston, and I had a lot of fun with the puzzle there, where we revisited the whole thing with the power current. First time around, I just kind of fumbled my way into solving it. So it was nice to actually go back to it and be asked to actually figure out what I'm doing. Which I tried using numbers first, but ultimately went in a different direction and got my arts and crafts on and just kind of looked at things in a different way, which I really, really liked. And I wonder if I could have applied that to some of the other puzzles that we've gone through, where I've complained about being in the middle of the things, not being able to visualize. If I had just done something to help me visualize by drawing things out, or, maybe busting out the popsicle sticks or something, who knows? But it worked really well for that, and I had a lot of fun with it as a result. So I did go back to the earlier waypoints here in St. Andrew to see if there was something else for me to do in those areas. But with how we've gone through this place, we're kind of cut off from just doing a progression through the world without the waypoints. So at the beginning, we're cut off because we can't use the cart anymore to get up to the conservatory. At the conservatory, we would need to do the whole puzzle again with the platforms to get through. And yeah. So I was just taking a look at all these. We had come through before and opened them all. And we can't close them again. So that should all be done. Now we just need to raise our lift. And I think we just have the Camelus to go find and play with. Yeah, this side didn't have anything. So we go over to the other side where that existed.
We understand.
And now we should have all the powers we need. So this has no power. But if we connect, like so, now we can energize. Yes? I see things moving. And now I can summon. Okay. Hello, spider robot. How are you? Okay, it is currently closed. That makes sense. Opening hatch. We get inside. And now do we have controls in here to operate? Okay. Getting a little choppy in here. So what do we think? Is there a forward and back that we're doing? Okay, there is there. So is this the hatch? Raise and lower. Okay. Ah, I see. Okay. Let's take a look at this map. This is the 4 irrigations that we opened. And they go to different places. What do we do for going to different places? I mean, we have forward and backward, but that's it? And then we have this that we're gonna be using for something or other. Let's just go. Let's try reversing. Okay, we are at the dock, so there's no more back. Rotate. Ah. Oh, wait, what's it? It's docking again. Okay. I feel like this could have been done without needing a big robot spider. This makes it actually a little bit awkward. So I'm gonna go to the farthest one over here, and then we're just gonna do them in order. Does that sound like a plan? Like, I don't feel like this is moving quickly or covering a great distance. I feel like I could have run this just fine. And I wouldn't need to go back and forth between controls. To do it. At least we get an opportunity to see wonderful scenery that's totally new and different. What do we got over here? Is this where I'm going? It's docking. So we found something. I don't think there's any more around that way to get to. I could be wrong. But let's see what we got here. Raise a bridge, lower a bridge. Don't need to do that anymore. So raising that bridge lets us dock up there. We lower that, and then we get this. Why? Figure that out in a moment, I guess. What do we got over here? We got some junk. Yeah, can't get around it. Maybe this is like a blockade that we need to work our little spider buddy through to get to the control that we want. Something like that, maybe? I see something here. I can't believe this actually works. Something I've said before about another puzzle. I don't dislike the idea. I don't. What I dislike is that it just doesn't really feel well conveyed. I gotta raise it a little bit. Like I said, every time I do something like this, it just doesn't feel like I'm doing the right thing. It feels like I'm cheating. Okay, wait. All the way down is that. So if we raise it like here, does that line up? I need it a little bit higher. So in the between the lines like that, I think looks good. We'll try it. Okay, good enough. Get in. Now... yeah, I mean, it's showing me my destination. It's gonna dock again. So, how do I get to that thing? I lower it all the way. Does that give me a little window to reach? It does. Okay. There we are. We're opening the valve for yellow. So I'm going to write that down, that we've done a yellow. Okay. Get back in, and I'll see if there's anything further on. But I'm going to say that there isn't. Going off of the diagram here. We just opened where that symbol is. So now we can go towards the next one on the list, which we passed earlier. It makes the most sense to just not really touch the mouse for this, because then I will disorient myself from looking in the wrong direction. Like, looking at my surroundings like this, and then I'm not looking in front of me where I want to go. It's important for driving any vehicle, whether it be a car or a mechanical spider. Always look in front of you, except when you're not supposed to look in front of you. When are those times? Well, that's for you to learn. Okay. Might as well go all the way up. Nothing can stop me. Okay, now it's showing on the thing. I thought that we would need to be lining up with our little poop chute here to do some of this stuff. And maybe we still will. We got 2 others to go. But okay. So what do we do here? I mean, it's all blocked in. There's got to be an opening. So I just gotta... Oh, excuse you. Yeah, this is weird.
We are keepers.
So, I mean, I can see it, but we're blocked on all sides. Is there anything over here for me to be doing something with? I don't see any telling orange glow on that, and I don't see any orange glows anywhere else. I'm gonna try, like, backing this up against the thing. Do a little reverse parking. See how this looks. Those backup cameras, man, they save your life. Yeah, I feel like that's what I'm supposed to be doing, is looking down and shooting my thing. But it just... Can I get this closer? I mean, that's it. There's no... I mean, we can see it there. Is this an opening that I'm seeing, or is it just that the grate is not rendering? Maybe I do need to get it at just the right angle to get into there. Because I'm... Really? You won't let me do it from here like that? I can see it pretty clearly. You let me do far more ridiculous things up to this point. Okay. Well. Yeah, there is a grate. Something not adding up here to me. Well. Okay. I mean, I feel like that's gotta be it, is I gotta get at a right angle to shoot this really awkwardly at the damn thing. This looks okay to me. I got a very clear shot at it. But the game's saying no. I can't get directly over this. I can't get any higher. There's no elevation for that. The only other thing is I guess I'm just gonna go check out the other remaining ones, and we'll come back to this. Maybe there'll be something that makes this work for me, or maybe we just have to watch a video or something on how to properly make it happen. And this is where we originally docked you. That's showing along the way, I just don't see it. There, now I can see it. Okay. This is... The constant moving of the legs gets real annoying when you're trying to fine-tune things. I mean, we're, like, on it. Let me go up a lot and see. There we go. Okay, so let's lower. And we've opened that one. I think we can just kind of cut across here. And that is also towards the end. Looks like we're gonna dock? It's up top. This is annoying that this whole mechanism, I can't just walk, like, over it. It blocks me here, and... Anyway. So there may be a way to dock this, where I can get off or something. Two, three. We'll try that and see what we've got back here. Because I can see a walkway, but I don't see a way to reach the walkway. Is there a way around? Oh my goodness, the game is struggling right now.
We care for our comrades.
Here we go. Okay, it's gonna dock. So, I guess that just leaves the mystery of how I accessed that one that I couldn't access. Yay. Is this a bunker? Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Where's my... Do I access it from inside the bunker? Irrigation, inspect the things, stock and repair, da-da-da. Okay, hold on. Structural elements, machinery, mechanical movement, oil and grease, irrigation pipes, valves. I don't see anything giving me a hint on that particular... Now if we lower this... There we go. So it was just the red, right? We've now done the green, yellow, and, or maybe I'm mistaken. Or was it orange? We'll find out in a second. Okay, yeah, we did yellow, orange, green, so it was the red. Was there something further up on the pipe that I didn't see? Something that might, like, raise and lower this. Ah! Ah, there we go. That eluded me on our first go-around, but it shall not... Not anymore. Okay. Not too terrible. Actually, let me raise it first. I wish I could actually see. To me, this system with the adjunct and like tethering to controls and stuff, it's not bad because I can be connected to a control and look around at my surroundings while I'm doing things. Except when I really, really want to. Like that. You know? It's like, oh, this is a cool thing that could be, you know, make life a little bit easier for you. But then it doesn't do that as much as it really should, you know? Okay, gotta go a little bit more. How about a little bit more? Perfect. There. Okay, so we've opened them all. And I think now the reservoir would be drained because we opened all the water valves and lowered the water level. That would be my guess. I was hoping it'd be a little generous with its docking. There we go. Okay, let's see if we're done. Where's my lift? It's over here. That looks like a lowered water level to me. So that really wasn't too terrible at all. The shortest of the three embraces for me to figure out. Okay. Now.
In the embrace has now been awakened. Can it be true? Could
Tout à
this
l'heure.
really have gone as I planned? You have kept the mission. Now the gateway in the swan will open, and you can prepare for the assembly. Go.
All right.
We were taught to joyfully anticipate the arrival. Tanner and two others arrived, and we were joyful beyond measure. They were powerful. We obeyed.
Two others.
They knew so much, but they were not patient with us, not kind as we were. We were not used to force. We were peaceful. Yes, we were peaceful, but we were not weak. It troubled us to serve someone as though they were greater than us. We were taught that all were equal. And then, suddenly, Martha killed one of them.
Our task is our
Oh, that
purpose.
moment is burned in my mind. Quiet Martha. She could not talk about why. That day, nothing was ever the same. Turner and the other arrivals also changed. They took Martha and panic engulfed the realms. There was blood. There was death. It was... I I have no words for it. Only 12 keepers remained. Of the arrivals, only Turner remained.
Okay. I'm still... Maybe I'm thinking about this too much, but I still think I'm Turner. So we're about to finish up. And we did 1, 2, 3, let's say 4 of the remaining achievements. We've done 3. We'll get the 4th one for finishing the game, which means there's 3 that I cannot guarantee I'm getting. Everything else was story related. You have to get. But there's 3 achievements that you kind of have to go out of your way for and make sure you do. There might have been something else that I did that was optional, but I'm just talking about what I have remaining. There's Ice Block Hoarder, which I could go back to Curryvale and do. You're supposed to drop 5 ice blocks, or deposit them, maybe into the ice grinder thing. Mentor Monologue Master is gonna be a real pain in the ass. That's the ghost lady that's been talking to us. She chimes in at certain points when we're walking around, and I guess you can miss things by doing things in... Like, you have to go in a certain order in order to trigger all of the dialogue. And then finally there's Historian, which is finding all the documents in the game. So, yeah, if you've been watching this whole thing, you've seen how to get all but those 3 achievements. Now what? Oh, the thing, okay. Over here, yep.
Turner was afraid, I suppose. He became our master and ruled us with a heavy hand. We learned about masters and their weapons. We were subdued, then lost. And Turner, rather than intent on the assembly and completing the mission, became intoxicated with this power. Our angry god. He would command and we would comply or die. His every need. Only one of the arrivals could prepare for the assembly. Our mission was in peril, resting in Turner's distracted hands. I had lost hope.
Then you wiped his memory, and now we're doing the things that we're supposed to do. It's still my guess. I don't know if this is supposed to have some big reveal or not. I mean, it's not like there has to be some twist or reveal or something like that. It just... The things that she's been saying this whole time, she talked about memories and losing them, and now she's saying that it had to be one of the arrivers to awaken the embrace. And I just... Where would we have come from if not somebody that already existed, but everybody else died? She's only talked about Turner, you know? So that's what I think but I just could be reading too much into this. But I don't think I am. Okay. Where does this bring us?
And then a plan came to me. An ingenious plan. I refined it for many weeks. I became post-eternal to use it. I made a wall in my mind for my own sanity, befriending the monster for the greater good. I learned much. I wept much. So, after many weeks, I told my comrade Jacques the truth that I had learned. I knew he would be afraid. He provoked the others, and they all lashed out at me. I convinced Turner to use his weapons to force them into the deep sleep. I told Turner we could wake new ones from the threshold, and I would mentor them to be more compliant as his servants. I gained Turner's praise with this idea. He earned his trust. Right up until I sedated him and placed him in the threshold as well. And so I was alone, keeping and preparing. Not for days or weeks or even months, but for years. Everyone was gone. The embrace could only be awakened, the assembly could only occur, only with the power of an arriver. But now Taylor was in the deep sleep. And you will learn the truth now. The truth of sleep, the truth of the mission, the truth of keeping, and the truth of Tanner, our assembling and ending. The threshold keeps the keepers. The cycle of keepers. Blank new keepers to be mentored. The 7-year cycle. But I will not go to sleep. I will keep my memories. I will not forget.
Yeah. Firmament founded 1870. Can't read that. Christened 1895. I don't know what language that is. Somebody tell me what language that is. Thank you. Please. Please and thank you. Why are we leaving the fridge door open? You animals. Okay. More people. Externally locked. Not making the noise when I'm in here. What is going on? I think we're past puzzles, aren't we? Why no work? What am I missing? Come on now. Backers? Edless inaugural keepers. I'm gonna guess that this says Edless in a language. Okay. So going back to the whole AI thing, I think I see there was some controversy that was mentioned about using it to alter, like, backer portraits. These appear to be backer portraits, and they were probably using AI to put them into these clothes. Maybe give them some beards or hairstyles. Ooh. Okay, that may actually be what the person looks like. I'm not trying to at all make fun of them or insult them. Just, I looked at that and something just really... Okay. Alright, we're not making fun of people. Just, I saw that and it just looked like it was very badly altered. But, like I said, that could just be what a person looks like, and I feel really bad about that. Oh, no. Let's read a boring book instead. How about that? Anybody? The red book... Oh! Frankenstein, the red book. Is there a blue book anywhere? Why is the red book blue, actually? Hold on. Hey... Are the goggles a reference? I think I remember Atris wearing goggles. All right. It's like, it is horrifying. This is a horror game, and the scares are seeing this goddamn suit. Do I still have my hammer?
And now, you have experienced the revelation that I had. The grand realms I thought were everything are nothing but firmament, structures. But yet, they held everything dear to me, except my own memories. I have kept
I don't quite understand what she means. The realms are just firmament. I don't have my hammer, even though it's telling me to use it. Or that I can use it. Okay. I mean, we're in like some weird space place. Really could have had an opening on both sides for this. Just saying. So I don't know what, like, big revelation we're supposed to be getting out of this. I feel like something is lost on me. 1 second. Okay, a firmament is like the heavens or a celestial body. So are we in the heavens in a celestial body and the realms are just part of that? It's still doesn't make sense to me as being some sort of revelation like, oh my god, it was this all along. I feel like what she's saying is what we understood things to be from the start. Like a collection of these different realms that were oddly linked together for some purpose beyond our understanding. I mean, it's the logo Firmament is all over the frickin' place. Yeah, it's all Firmament. I feel like I'm being really dumb here. Am I being really dumb? I wish it would let me know if it was locked or unlocked. But I'm making the assumption that it was locked and we have now unlocked it. Okay. There's not going to be anything over that way, so now we got to run all the way back around to get back to the lift. But yeah, please explain. Please. I'm obviously not getting something. To me, she's just saying the firmament was firmament all along. And I just...
Can you imagine the first time I saw such a sight? I cannot describe what happened to my body. I did not think Cyan-ara would lie, but there's no preparation to face what one has never contemplated, never imagined. I was distraught and opened and offended and freed. I do not have words to describe to you. And now, I've returned here many times, and still, I do not know where the firmament ends. Can we ever.
So now we should be able to use the thingy. That's still externally locked. We didn't find that one. Hopefully we don't need to. Oh, please get the right one. Is the revelation supposed to be that we're in space? I mean... Just, oh my god, it was space all along. Like, with everything that was going on, I didn't necessarily think we were on Earth. I don't know. Realm Embrace sequence complete. Yeah. There's a door there. A door over there. Anything in here to look at? Can't get around. Okay, right way is always the right way, so let's go left. Let's go right. Gonna assume they both go to the same place.
Scanning. Biosignature confirmed. Turner.
Oh my god!
The United Earth Space Agency sends its sincere gratitude and greetings, Ensign Turner. Mission protocol requiring your presence and approval is now satisfied. Thank you for your preparations to Firmament Starship Atlas. No further human intervention is required. All additional assembly, preparations, and flight control will be handled autonomously by me. Final full engine upgrades to Starship Atlas now commencing. Stand by for space folding and transport to the Tau Ceti system.
I was never given a choice. The Firmament protected, restrained, and used us. You understand that now? And I have not given you a choice. I placed you in the threshold 7 years ago. You slept and forgot. I sat alone and remembered. You woke up, I lied to you, and used you. You see how it feels?
I'm okay with it.
You arrived and pulled back the curtain of this monumental illusion for me. Now, I thought I knew so much, but you astonished me with how small my world was. And as you held my awe, my veneration in your hand, you closed your fist around us.
Oh, she's physical this time.
We were like children, and you tore our small world apart. have thought of this moment often as I waited. I wish I was alive now to see your face. There is a part of me that hopes you are enraged.
Not even a little. Except for that
Oh,
one
it's
puzzle.
not
I was
reasonable.
angry.
These violent thoughts never get us very far. You were our god. And then, you were our monster.
So I guess just
Do you
she
feel
didn't
some
know.
kind
They
of
didn't know
remorse now?
that this was all going
Can
on
there
like
even
this.
Be atonement without choice.
This wasn't like a big revelation
It
for
doesn't
me.
matter. At the very least, I used you to provide the way home for the keepers. My comrades, my family.
We're all in stasis, or some of them are dead, some of them are in stasis,
But
or
Now?
none of them are in stasis.
maybe you can do more than just the very least. One choice remains for you, and I will not beg a man such as you, but I will ask. Do something good with this second life you have been given. Remember the keepers.
I
Those
got a
you
question for you.
Looked down on and mocked.
How
Those
stiff
you
are these pants
erased.
that they kept that
I
shape?
forced you to travel their path to learn their names, understand what they accomplished near a course. And now you have become the most important keeper of all, the keeper of all these memories. You sit on the verge of the awaited destination. A new world, a new home. When you arrive, you can choose to tell the stories that only you now know. You can tell the tales of the keepers of this grand spaceship. How we worked so hard to save all of this, including even you. I do.
Okay, so what are you? You're like this little floating ball of smoke and light that talks to me, and then you're a ghost at the beginning and the end, and you know that the body's here and all that. What is the logic behind all of that?
Starship Atlas has now been upgraded and is full engine enabled. Prepare for acceleration and full jump to the Tau Ceti system. Any questions you may have will be answered upon arrival, which will occur in approximately 7.4 hours. New life awaits you and your fellow Atlas comrades on planet Firma. Thank you for your service to the Firmament Initiative, Ensign Turner.
Okay, so I guess the Keepers did not know they were on, like, a space station. And all the stuff that they were doing was simulated land to kind of keep themselves alive as they waited for somebody to take them to a new planet or take the descendants to a new planet or something like that. It was all a deception for reasons. But I mean, like I said, that whatever that was supposed to be, like a big revelation, oh, it's space. Like I said, I never once thought we were on, like, Earth. The way that we travel around between these realms, I assumed there was some kind of space thing going on. I didn't think it was a big secret. Anyway, the game is done. Final thoughts. It wasn't bad, but lacking in a few ways. We have the 3 realms, and I felt like they weren't really varied enough between the 3 landscapes. I would have preferred having a more unique identity between each of them. You have, like, Snowy Rock, you have redwood or pine tree rock. You have everything is just like rock and mountain, and they didn't really feel very different and have like a really unique identity to them, except I guess Curryvale had the ice, at least. Puzzles, they weren't bad. I mentioned that the adjunct could have been utilized a lot better for the freedom of being able to look around and understand how you're interacting with things, but because you need that clear line all the time, that prevented me from using it as much as I would have wanted. Puzzles were not terrible, except for one. I'm not backing down on that. I never had like any moments where I'm like, oh, this is so cool. The other revelation, like I was talking about with the story there, that we were Turner, I kind of clued in on that pretty quickly, and I don't know. I think when you're trying to have like this big reveal at the end about everything, you need it to not be pretty much made clear to you at the start, but that's just me. Not bad. It really wasn't bad. It just... I think Abduction was a lot better. Like, I really loved Abduction. And I don't hate this, but I went into this with high expectations, and I'm feeling just a little bit... It was a step backwards. And that's not me saying this is terrible or anything like that. I just was hoping for a step forward. And didn't get that. We've played worse. Now we'll never play anything again. We've played all the adventure games that exist out there. Can you believe it? It's just the Cyan games and Outer Wilds. That's it. There's no other ones out there, so I'll never be able to play another adventure game ever again. Unless, I mean, maybe there's one out there that I've never heard of that you guys think would be, you know, something that I should know about and say, hey, there's this. I think it would be neat to see you play it, and we can talk about that in the future. I really hope this does not go on for 6 hours like the backer credits did for Abduction. Yeah, the game's okay. If I were to give it a number, let's say Abduction was like an 8 or a 9. This is probably closer to like a 6 or a 7. You know, just to kind of compare those. Myst was... I mean, it shows its age, but it also aged incredibly well. It's a classic, certified classic. Riven was even better. Myst 3 was very surprising, unexpectedly really good and fun. I had doubts and concerns going into that game. Myst 4, I'm gonna be honest with you, things start to blend together at that point. And then there's Myst 5 Revelation. Oh no, End of Ages. Yeah, so Myst 4 was Revelation. That was the one with the brothers. And yeah, just a lot of that kind of... I guess I would say that game was forgettable to me, which kind of, you know, not great praise. End of Ages, also kind of forgettable in a lot of ways. And it could just be that I was, after playing so many games, that maybe my brain was just starting to get full. Uru, was deeply flawed. Not a straight up bad game, but just, kind of like this. It was lacking. You could really see where the problems came about in its development, though. So I would say it's worse than Firmament. Probably the worst out of all the games that I did play for this. But still, even the worst Cyan game, or the worst Myst game, is still better than a lot of stuff out there. So, yeah. I really enjoyed going through this journey, even though some of the games I might not remember very well at this point, because, like I said, I guess were ultimately forgettable to me, because I mean, 4 and 5 kind of blend together in my mind. With a lot of the stuff there, like the worlds, like, was this in 4 or was it 5? But yeah, I did enjoy the journey with its ups and downs. We started out with me saying, hey, I never finished Myst as a kid. I'm gonna give it a shot now as an adult with my grown-up brain. And then, that opens the door for playing more Myst games, maybe making it through the whole series. And then after that, seeing where Cyan went after Myst, what post-Myst life was like. And I'm very happy and thankful for that experience. So, this game, it's not ending as like this spectacular 10 out of 10 thing. You're not leaving on the highest of high notes here, but we're not leaving on a downer or anything. I'm leaving very content to have gone through all these experiences and been able to share it with you. And this was a year and a few months of me playing these games, and it's been a fun time. So we'll have to see what the future holds for doing another project like this. But for now, I think I need to not play a puzzle game for a bit. Or at least not to let you see me play a puzzle game for a bit. And that said, we're done. And we're done. So, whenever I've got another game to put on up here, I hope you'll be around for it, whatever that may be. But until then, I love ya. Mwah. Bye-bye.